Well, good evening, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of Jobu's day and now night job. It is 7:48, and I'm actually here in the workshop doing some work. I'm going to be leaving early tomorrow morning. You know, I am so excited. I've got something that's going to happen there tomorrow that hasn't happened in 40 years, and I just can't wait to start getting down there and seeing. My buddy Jet D has been working on the tile and things, and we've got a lot of activity, a lot of changes that are going to happen at the house the next couple of days. And I'm really pressed that I'm going to really be busting a hump the next couple of days because me and the wife have been together for 20 years. 20 years. That's 2 decades. Yeah. And we're going to celebrate. We're going on a cruise. Hopefully, we're not like the Carnival cruise that got hit by that hurricane force winds and damaged the heck out of it. But we're going to be going on a cruise this weekend for a 5-day cruise. And so we won't be working on the red brick house. And I don't know how I feel about that. I just have been, it's been ingrained that, you know, even when I'm not there, I'm working on stuff for it. So what we're going to do right now is I've got a couple of things that I want to get prepped for tomorrow to make life easier. One of which is I had to do this the hard way because I didn't have my table saw. I used my radial arm saw to cut out the pieces like a table saw. You can turn the miter on it to a 90 degree. It works. Not well, but it works. Fortunately, I have a portable miter saw there. And I used the shaper to finish cutting out this rabbet that I have in here. So what I'm going to do is, this is the face frames for the ends of the butcher block. I'm going to end up gluing this, and I've got pocket holes already drilled in here that I did a few minutes ago. And we're going to go ahead and get some glue up in here because we want this thing to be strong. And I mean strong, strong. Because this countertop is going to be a lot of weight. Now the good thing is we went to the appliance place and I double checked on the stove. To save some money, we're actually bought used appliances. The refrigerator is brand new, but it has a ding on it, a couple little dings on the face of it, but it's saving quite a bit of money. You know, when you order an appliance from Best Buy or Home Depot and things, if they're damaged, they always tell you send them back, because if you don't, once they're delivered, it's done. I love these pocket holes because the hidden screws and the strength that it has is just amazing. We had that happen with our refrigerator here, and they basically said, oh, well, we'll give you, you know, a 10% off on it. And I was like, dude, you cave the side of it in, you know? If it doesn't work, then what happens? But the good thing is we did find a refrigerator that we saved about $600 on. It's a nice side-by-side one. It's actually on my truck right now, and we'll be going with us tomorrow because I needed to get it out of their place because we bought it about a month ago. Now the stove, I wasn't sure exactly how the stove works because it's a downdraft, and I didn't know if I have to, if it gets vented out, but it actually doesn't get vented out. It actually is a recirculator where it's got the charcoal and everything else. So I don't know how well it'll work. But what I'm thinking is, the way I have this island set up is, there's a light fixture that's going to be right here. And what I was thinking of is, if it ends up being that it just does not vent as well as we'd like, I could go ahead and put a close to the ceiling hood so it's back on this side, so you won't really notice it, but then it'll be able to help exhaust the fumes. So that's what we're looking at doing. We'll find that out tomorrow, how well that's going to work. There we go. So I'm excited about getting back down there tomorrow. Jed has been working on the tile. So he's working on the kitchen tile too, because he knows we're bringing down. There we go. That is one side, the end. So when you walk in to the kitchen, this is what you'll see. I'll make some false drawers fronts to go in here so it looks like the cabinets. What we'll also do is, this is where it's going to be kind of funny, because chairs will be able to sit up underneath of this. So what's going to happen is 12 inches is what you want to have of space for the chairs to be able to sit up underneath of there in leg room. So part of this is going to be unusable. So what I'm going to do is, and we don't want to have a 36-inch deep cabinet, but what we're going to do is, you'll be able to open up the door, we'll blank this part off, but we still will have cabinet space that's still in here, and we'll have cabinet space and drawers that you can access in the front. And actually what you'll be able to do, which will make this good, is you'll be able to access the cabinet from this side or the front. Because you know how, like, a lot of times things get lost in a cabinet? They won't get lost in here because you'll be able to open up the side of the cabinet. So if you have pots and pans that are down deep, don't have that problem in here because you can get to it on the side. So it'll make it very, very easy to go. But it'll give us a nice look on the island. So this will actually be like right here, up underneath it, just like that. That's going to be cool. And having the legs so it's up off the ground, I think is a good look. So let me get a rag here. I got a little bit of glue that's coming out. I got another one of these to put together. And I'll get this stuff on the truck. We have ordered from Amazon. We got some of the light fixtures. We got the sink for, both sinks actually, for the bathrooms and the faucet. So if I can get the vanity put together tomorrow, I actually already have the countertop. I just need to cut it, round it over, and spar urethane it. Then we'll actually be able to have a bathroom sink along with the toilet working, which would be literally groundbreaking. I can't wait. Oh my goodness, I can't wait. So much has happened with this place so quickly. Although our original goal was to be able to have occupancy for Memorial Weekend. It's not from a lack of trying, believe me, but we are getting there, and it's looking really, really good. So I'm not mad about not being in there yet. A few more weeks, and we will be. And in the grand scheme of things, the house has been looking terrible for a very, very long time. So what's a couple more weeks to get it right? So then the next thing will be is when I'm down there, we'll put stretchers across, and we'll build the base plate for this that the cabinets will fit on, and have the space for the stove basically laid out. Where we have to run the electrical cord up through the floor to the right spot for the stove to be able to connect for that. And also we're going to be running a feed for electricity for the island, and I'm thinking about, I'm looking at them, although they're not cheap, but getting their pop-up kitchen outlets that when you're not using it, it goes flush. So all you see is just like a little disc, but that little disc is also a charge point, so you can set your phone on it and charge it, and if you push on it, the whole thing comes up and it has extra outlets on it. So it's kind of high-techy, and it's also, of course, very functional. So maybe something like that in there to make it really good. There we go. We got the ends. And the other thing we're going to be doing is we'll be putting together the all these pieces for the countertop. Because it is so big and heavy, I'm not trying to carry this thing in one big piece. We'll take bar clamps down and we will put it together there. We'll take the all the pieces. Got some on the countertop. Okay, there we have another end for our island. So you'll have an end on that side, same effect over there. You'll have more cabinetry for the opposite the sink, and you'll be able to work on it. Now, the next thing I'm going to be doing is I was going to get some windowsill molding from Home Depot, and it was $5.79 per foot, and I've got six windows that I need 40 inches of it. That's the first problem. Was the cost of it was like, are you crazy? The second part of it was really about 5/8 inches thick. It was really, really thin. And when I look around at the house, the stuff that's there is not that thin. It's more like an inch thick. So I got the bright idea of getting some 5/4 stock. Still, it's not cheap. But here's what I can do. I got this pre-prime. This is about $24 a piece. If I had bought 10 of them, it would have been about $18 a piece, but I didn't need 10 of them. But you can see it's nice and thick. I'll cut these 40 inches, and then I'll take my router and I'll round it over. So at $24 a piece, that comes out to about $3 a foot, and it's thicker material. It's pre-prime, so it'll make life a little bit easier, and I can prep it right here. Now, what I will need to do is I will need to measure each of the windows, because some of the walls are a little thicker than others because of the 2x4s that are actually 2x4. So I'll wait to cut that notch out to carry over, because the way this is going to work is we'll end up using 1x4s that basically go around. There's no miter on the way the house was originally. It's just basically straight cuts. So you straight up, straight across, and we'll of course filling it in with wood to the window itself, and that'll be a nice look, a real nice look. So I'm going to get cutting on these to get them ready to rock and roll. And yeah, my workshop's a mess. Real simple, real easy, nice little rounded edge, boom. And I'm making these a little bit thicker. Plants can sit on there, you can put stuff in the window. And so that's one down, 5 more to go.